Hello, and welcome back to the 3UP Moon livestream. It's Wednesday, July 24th. And I'm here, it's 3UP again, and we're doing another live stream on twitch.tv/3up_moon. You can usually catch me here or in my Discord, Moon's Space Zone, every single day from about 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific. I initially wasn't going to stream today, but we are going to stream because we got an opportunity to. I play retro games, I revisit a lot of retro games in different fashions, like mods of retro games or randomizers, where we take elements of those games and shuffle them around. And one of my most interactive series since I started my channel 3 years ago is the Retro Roulette. The fun thing about the Retro Roulette is that I've got a bunch of themed game wheels that you can spin. It's interactive in that you can use channel points to spin the wheel anytime throughout the stream, and whatever game it lands on, I have to play. Now today, our initial spin, this is probably like our 100th episode. It's a 42nd episode, or 43rd episode, I believe, of the year, but we've done a lot of these streams, and every one of my streams is up on my YouTube channel, which you can check out. But the first initial spin today is a mod of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Master System. Now, Sonic 1 through 3 on the Genesis are very different than the Sonic games on the Master System and the Game Gear. And somebody made a full ROM hack of this in 2020. So it's a hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Master System called Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy. It's pretty cool. It was part of a contest, but somebody basically created a full new game where you need to collect 6 of the Chaos Emeralds. You've got 7 zones awaiting you, 3 brand new items in the game, including something that can take your rings away, which is a bit difficult. Every zone has a new palette, tile set, and layout change. Music has been shifted around, and there are some small changes to objects. So if you know Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Master System well, you might notice some of these differences. So we'll be starting with Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy up next, very shortly. And like I said, anyone can spin the wheel anytime. I want to say thank you also to Kupluk, ya boy, Rhino Destructo, Mavericat, Retro Rob 18, and the Big Will for the recent follows. And if anyone wants to join my Discord, feel free to find the link in my YouTube and Twitch profiles. We do classic cartoon streams, retro cartoon commercial streams, and more. If you're into Saturday morning cartoons and you want to have a little bit of a nostalgic trip, it's a good space for it. All right. You should be able to hear and see the game and hear me. Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy. After his loss at Scrambled Egg Zone in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Master System, Silver Sonic, not Silver the Hedgehog, but Silver Sonic, and not Metal Sonic and not Mecha Sonic, began a new robot uprising. However, he couldn't find the Chaos Emeralds that could supercharge his base. The Frenzy Egg, his base, the Frenzy Egg. After kidnapping Tails, he sent Sonic a note. If you want to see your buddy again, come to me with the 6 other Chaos Emeralds. Sonic knew where to begin his search. Emerald Isle. Here we go. Let me know if you need more game audio. This is the very first full hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Master System. That's pretty cool. Nice, extra life. No! Not what I wanted. Didn't see the spikes. No! Ah! Okay, so that box of 25 rings, that's new to this hack. That's not in the original game. That's pretty cool. Moto bug. Ugh. Ooh. Easy there. Yo, Floppy Bagels, what's up? Welcome in. We're playing Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy, which is the very first full ROM hack of Sonic 2 on the Master System. Yesterday we were playing some animal and creature themed games, and we played some Castle of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse, which is also on the Master System. So I've kind of been on a little bit of an 8-bit Sega kick lately. Hope you're doing well. Ah. Yeah, totally. The floppiest. There's only one, Floppy Bagels. Ah. I just got back from a camping trip, actually. So that's kind of why we're playing animal and creature themed games. Got to see all sorts of cool animals. Oh. Falcons, baby bears. Thankfully not up close. Crabs, fish. Really cool, like, ravens that live out by the lake. So, like, way bigger than a crow. Pretty cool stuff. Huh? No! Doodle-doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo. The hitboxes are super janky in this. But they are in the original game too, so. What the? Okay. Oh, cool. They're camping right now. You opted for civilization. I would do that. There's so many great places to camp near where I live, so we're pretty lucky. But of course, the place we went camping was 6 hours away. And we were gone for a week. We did 10 days last year. It was a lot. Ooh. Yeah, a weekend is nice. I had so much more energy earlier, but the last 2 days I did a bunch of work live streams. Like yesterday I ended up doing 3 live streams, 2 for work and 1 here, and then I did another live stream today for work. So it was my Twitch stream was my 3rd stream of the day yesterday. And today I'm just kind of zonked. I was thinking about doing a classic cartoon stream in Discord, actually. Because as soon as I started the stream here, I was like super hyped and then immediately lost all my energy. It is what it is. It happens. I try to go live at least once a day, whether it's Discord or here. If I can. 3rd stream? It's a 3-up moment. Yes, that was yesterday. What's up, Enorama? Welcome in. This is pretty cool, I have to say. I would recommend this hack. If you haven't played any of the Master System Sonic games, they're not terrible. They kind of feel control-wise like the Game Gear games as well. I believe there's a Tails Game Gear game, there's Sonic Triple Trouble is another one. Pretty fun. They are a little bit janky, but remember that they are early Sonic games. Oh, I actually wanted to go up there, but I'm not sure how I can get back there. But even just playing the vanilla versions of these games, they're pretty fun. Just keep in mind that you're going to be stopping a lot. Like, you notice how we're not really moving fast. In the Genesis games, it's all about moving fast, but in these games, there's only some sections where the developers want you to move fast, and other sections where they really slow you down. There's even auto-scroller levels in this, if you can believe it. An auto-scroller moving super slow in a Sonic game. I'm not sure if there's one in this ROM hack, but in the vanilla game there are. Did Sonic come out for the Master System first? That's a good question, actually. Sonic the Hedgehog on Genesis was released June 23rd, 1991. Then, in Europe, on the Master System, they released Sonic the Hedgehog in November 8th, 1991. So, just a few months later, they put out the Game Gear and the Master System version as companion pieces to the Genesis games. Now the people who promoted it, now keep this in mind, this is really cool, the people who developed it and promoted it, they're not the same developers as the Genesis game. Or not the people who promoted it, sorry, the people who developed it and published it. I don't know what my brain is all about. The people who published it were actually Ancient, which is a an internal Sega team that was founded by the composer Yuzo Koshiro. So consider this. The person who did the music for this is not... Yes, it is. It is Yuzo Koshiro. So we're listening to music composed by the same person that did all of the Streets of Rage music and is currently still composing music for, not bootleg, but like homebrew games, homebrew Genesis games. There is a shoot 'em up being worked on right now by an indie team that is led by Yuzo Koshiro, or at least has Yuzo Koshiro on the team. They've done many different music pieces, a lot of stuff for Sega. The Revenge of Shinobi, all of the music for Shinobi, the Shinobi games, and the Streets of Rage series, as well as the Ys series. So Yuzo Koshiro's done a lot of cool stuff. He's been in bands. He made a lot of music for the TurboGrafx CD. He did the soundtrack for ActRaiser on the Super Nintendo. And he developed the ability to load samples within a ROM cartridge memory on the SNES while working on ActRaiser that was later used by a ton of other people. Squaresoft's Seiken Densetsu 3 used it, Namco's Tales of Fantasia 1995 used it, but he developed a way to quickly reload samples, or quickly load samples gradually as needed, which allowed it to work a little quicker. The original system could not do it without restrictions, so he was able to basically remove those restrictions. He found a way to do that. Then in 1990 he developed Ancient Corp, which was co-founded by his mother, Tomo Koshiro, and his sister did a lot of the artwork and was the art designer for the ActRaiser games. So that's pretty cool. His sister also designed the characters for Streets of Rage 1, Ys, and ActRaiser 1. So it's a family business. That I'm learning lots here. This is really cool. While working at Ancient, he composed the soundtrack for the 8-bit version of Sonic the Hedgehog in 1991, which is what we're listening to. He adapted several pieces of music from the original 16-bit version, which was not composed by him, and the rest of the soundtrack consists of original music by Yuzo Koshiro. He's also one of the very first Japanese video game composers to actually be credited under his name chronologically earlier than anyone else. Most Japanese video game composers had a pen name or a stage name. Exactly. Mommy, can you co-sign a loan for me to start a video game company? Only if you hire your sister. Also, piranha plants in Sonic? What's going on here? Right? Only if you hire your sister. That's basically what happened. But to be honest, she did a fantastic job with the character designs. I think Actress is a pretty cool game aesthetically, and I also didn't realize he did the music for it. And Streets of Rage is fun as hell. The characters are great. I wonder if she designed Rue. It said she mainly designed characters in Streets of Rage 1, so maybe enemies or the original Axel. That's it. That's no moon. This is cool. I didn't realize that he did the music for this. It's very different than some of the other stuff he's done, too. He doesn't really stick in one genre. Oh, here we go. Streets of Rage style. This sounds like Streets of Rage music. Yeah, this is definitely Streets of Rage music. Before Streets of Rage. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. But you see, like, even the coin placement makes you stop. You really do have to stop in this game way more often than the Genesis game. Boom, 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 boom. Do, 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 do. Do 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 bam ba bam ba beep ba boom. Oh. Very strange design. Do 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 do. Do you have a Sega Sonic Miles card today, or are you just going to pay on credit? Do you want to join our Sega Sonic Miles program? 1,000 Sega Sonic Miles will get you 1 free chili dog. Oh, I just wanted to take a second to mention that the best viewers are the cheap viewers, just in case anyone wanted to write that in chat. I just wanted to say that before it gets blocked. The best viewers are the cheap viewers. There's no other way to word that sentence. Cheap ones. I like cheap viewers though. They're somebody running a Game Shark while watching my stream. Putting in a Game Genie code to give themselves extra channel points. Unlimited wheel spins. I've activated the moon jump code. That was one of my most used Game Genie codes back in the day. There was like a moon jump. I used to call it a Skywalker code. But the moon jump code was cool because you could just jump like 2 or 3 times and clear an entire Mario 3 level. What are we shooting? Oh, there we go. Whoa, whoa. Very floaty controls. Oh. That's game design right there. Okay. Bounce. 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 Rings for days. Oh wow. What a level. So every two stages, every act 2, there's a chance to get a Chaos Emerald. Hoi, welcome in. Mighty Collector, we're playing a ROM hack. It's the very first official ROM hack. I'll say official. Very first full ROM hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Master System, called Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy. So it has custom tile sets, and we just discovered that Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2 on the Game Gear and Master System were developed by Ancient, which is a team within Sega that was founded by Yuzo Koshiro, who did the music for the ActRaiser games, these 2 Sonic games, and specifically with original music in it, and the Streets of Rage series. And it turns out that Yuzo Koshiro's sister worked for the company. His mom co-signed the loan for the company, we found out. He still makes music to this day, but his sister actually was a character designer on ActRaiser and Streets of Rage 1. So she likely designed like Axel and Blaze, Max, all the characters that you play as, or I'm sure some of the enemies as well. Very cool stuff. So I didn't realize that he was involved in this, but this definitely has a Streets of Rage feel to it. Pretty cool stuff. You thought, when you read the title Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy, you pictured a hack of the sequel to Berserk. What's the sequel to Berserk? Yeah, Frenzy does not describe this game, I would say. This is just like custom levels. Just a strange name. Oh, no, it's just a strange name. It doesn't really suit the game, because it's actually not really that chaotic or hectic either. It's got some interesting level design choices. And this game inherently is a little bit more floaty than the Genesis versions. I would recommend it though, it's fun. Whoa! Stuff like that can happen. Whoa! Maybe it was a reference to the fact that Sonic Mania was called Sonic Mania, and they wanted to have a word that was similar to Mania. This was made in 2020. And it was made for a ROM hacking contest. It's not terrible though. You just gotta get used to the floatiness. But with the original games you have to as well. How do I get up here just straight up, though? It always sends you on an angle. It's very strange. Oh! Slippery dice. Whee! Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So the story in this is Silver Sonic, who is not Metal Sonic, not Silver the Hedgehog, not Mecha Sonic, just a separate character, kidnapped Tails. And then we have to find all the Chaos Emeralds to save Tails. Oh, Sonic 2 was one of the first games you got on the Game Gear. You still couldn't find brand new Game Gear and Genesis games at Toys R Us well after the lifespan. You couldn't get past the first level. Yeah, the Game Gear version is essentially just a port of this, right? Like that. I'm pretty sure in most cases, Game Gear games and Master System games came out together. But of course the camera isn't, like the resolution of the Master System is actually the same resolution as the Game Boy Advance. I know the screen of the Game Boy Advance is smaller, but the Game Gear basically has Game Boy resolution. Yeah, you couldn't get past the first level. I've definitely beat it before. In fact, I think if I go to Game List, I'm just wondering if we have beat it on stream. Let's see. We've beat Sonic the Hedgehog 1 on Genesis on stream. We've beat 2 vanilla runs of Sonic 2. We've also beat many hacks of Sonic 2. And we beat 2 vanilla runs of Sonic 3. We also beat Sonic Advance 1 and Sonic Advance 2. We didn't end up completing Sonic Advance 3. But I did a few streams of it. But it looks like, yeah. Yeah, actually, I have not beat any of the Master System or Game Gear games on stream, but I have played them many times. Interesting. Like, is this good game design? On the ROM hackers side of things. This is the most frenzy that's happened so far. Sonic's Coin Frenzy. Oh, the only Sonic games you've ever beaten are Sonic CD. Love that game. Love the time travel aspect to it. And Sonic Adventure 1. Nice. Going back to the Dreamcast. That'd be a challenging one. I've caught some streamers fighting the final boss of that game. It's not easy. Oh, Robo-Birds? Okay. Ugh. There's been some strange boss fights in this, but same with Castle of Illusion yesterday. You can hit them from underneath too. Nice. Oh, those are the spawners. These little pixels. Oh! It's definitely not the robot chicken from... This is a missed opportunity. This could have totally been, not Grounder, but the other robot from the first animated series. Big missed opportunity. I mean, this came out in 1991, though, so I don't think the show was out yet. What a pointless transition. That's no moon. I do like that the mini Death Egg is the thing that releases the animal buddies in this game. Sonic Adventure 2 is the one I've played the most out of all the Sonic Adventure games, but I never owned a Dreamcast. So I was all about playing the GameCube version, which is not exactly the same. Yes, it's bouncy slime. Heck yeah. It's Jello! Nothing bouncier than lime Jello. Hey, where'd Wario Land get it from? Hold down to duck and roll when you're going down a slope? Definitely got it from here. They didn't introduce that until Wario Land 3. Which we're talking 7 years after this game came out, so... It's undeniable. They stole it. Oh no. We're still considered underwater in the tube. Damn. And we're invincible. You had Sonic Advance 1 on the Dreamcast, but you didn't actually fully beat it until you had it on Steam later. Nice. I think this is called the Chemical Flow Zone. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I know anyone that has the original Sonic Adventure 2. I know many people who have the first one, though. I actually didn't mind Sonic Heroes as well. That was a decent concept of having different teams of 3 characters each. Oh. Ceiling slime. Nice. Yeah, this is not an easy. It's not an easy game to navigate, like the original game too. But once you get used to the floatiness, it's actually not too bad. Will it roll over to 10 lives? No. 9 is the max lives that we can get. Dumb platforming. Really dumb. You kidding me? I mean, that's satisfying, but... Ugh. No. Excuse me, what? That's a mistake. That was a glitch. Yeah. You can actually go through it. You can fall through it if you run fast enough. Wow. So if you hit this, and you move fast enough, a piece of the tile will go missing. You can actually fall through it. That's nuts. The 25 coin boxes are new. There's also a coin item called the Nega Ring that they added, and it will remove all of your rings instantaneously, which is not good. Not a good situation. I'm also not sure we got any of the Chaos Emeralds. You can't get to the final stage without getting them, but it says that the Chaos Emeralds are hidden in each Act 2, and we've already, this is our 3rd stage, I think. So we should technically already have 2 Chaos Emeralds. Moonwalk. Okay, excuse me. Damn. The platforming is tight. That's not what I associate with Sonic. Tight platforming. See, look at that. I do not think that we are going to get to that final stage. I wonder how they handle that once you go through all the stages and don't have the Chaos Emeralds. They just send you back to the first stage. Okay, very strange design. I mean, I will say it is cool that somebody attempted to make a full hack of this, custom levels and tile sets and stuff. There is a bubble countdown here, so we gotta be careful. Oh, garbage. Back into the garbage water. Not fun. When you find the player is saying to themselves out loud, "Not fun," while playing the game, you might have done something right. No, I'm kidding. Gotta go fast. Oh! Garbage. Back into the garbage water. Where the garb hog belongs. Oh, bring me a home where... oh, bring me a hong where the garb hog belongs. And the garbage water and the moto bugs roam. With the janky controls. Oh! We fall back down the hole. This might be the most frustrating platforming I've had to do in a very long time, in any game. Really? Was it worth it? Was it worth it, game designer? Yes. Another missed opportunity to have an actual Robo-Walrus. To have Rotor from the Sad AM cartoon, but again, 1991. That cartoon didn't exist. Speaking of garbage water, did you see the trailer for the Borderlands movie? Is it a movie or a TV show? It's a movie, right? I did, yes. Is Kevin Hart in it? Kevin Hart, Kate Blanchett, Jack Black. It's basically half of Jumanji. And somebody from Lord of the Rings. It's the only one they could get. They tried to get Hugo Weaving to play that character, actually, but he said no. Then they tried to get Orlando Bloom, and he also said no. It's all over the place, and it's just weird casting because I know those people have never once heard of this game before. Not one of them has played it. It's not a great game, and I think Jack Black just has a voice. to be honest. He plays the robot character. Also not really relevant. Like, make a Borderlands movie 12 years ago, or don't make one at all. But I guess we needed to prove that video game movies can make money with the Mario movie, and then everyone was like, oh shit, we can make video game movies. I guess we gotta make all of them now. So I'm down they're making more, but it's all just money-fueled, chasing that billion-dollar bill nonsense. And each Mario movie's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. I miss the days where you could have a shitty, low-budget Mortal Kombat movie, and people were just okay with it. The 90s Mortal Kombat movies are great. What happened here? We're stuck inside Sonic the Hedgehog frenzy, spinning around in a tube perpetually. What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? It's actually going to send us all the way back. Yep. Damn. All the way back to the first stage. I'd like to see them do a Metroid miniseries, like following the story of Metroid 1. Call it Metroid Zero Mission, whatever you want to call it. I think it'd be really cool. It could be like a live-action sci-fi miniseries. And then Season 2 is Metroid 2, and Season 3 is Super Metroid. What was the fourth one? Is Metroid Prime considered the fourth one? Ugh. Technically, Metroid Fusion was released November 18th, 2002. It came out here before it came out in Japan, believe it or not. They didn't release it until 2003 in Japan. So November 18th, 2002, and then Metroid Prime also came out in 2002. Excuse me. They came out the same day. November 18th, 2002 is the same release date. So Metroid Fusion and Metroid Prime both came out the exact same day in 2002. I did not know that. Very cool. Those are both fantastic games, too. So technically, Metroid Prime, they had connectivity, interesting. Technically, Metroid Prime and Metroid Fusion are both Metroid 4. Interesting. According to lead programmer of Metroid Fusion, which is the same team that worked on friggin' Wario Land 4, which is also the same team that worked on all the WarioWare games. What the fuck? Apparently, they did not consult any previous Metroid games for any code or programming, and they literally built Metroid Fusion off of the engine for Wario Land 4 that they had just worked on. They used Wario Land 4's engine, which they built, as a reference, instead of using Super Metroid or anything like that. That's pretty damn cool. Where's my Metroid Wario crossover? Damn hitbox nonsense. Damn, the platforming in this is not easy. What? No. We got the glitchy moto bug again. That wasn't just a one-off thing. Nice. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Well, we haven't spun the wheel yet, so let's do it. Let's spin the wheel and see what we're going to get next. And the quick way to do that is this. And with over 1,460 games that are all animal and creature themed, the wheel is spinning, and it's landing on game number 262. It's number 262. Let's see what it is. 262. 262. Whoa. 260 freaking 2 is also a hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Believe it or not, it's also a mod, except it's this time on the Genesis. And I don't want to give away what this game is all about. So since we were talking about Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 earlier, it's the perfect transition. We're staying in the Sonic zone. We're moving up in bits. I'm very curious to try this one. I think we might have tried it in the past. But hold on to your frogs. Alright, we'll be starting in just a sec. Hello everyone. Welcome in Two-Tone 8. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Happy Wednesday. It is me, 3UP Moon. If you are new to the channel, I try to stream here every single day around 5 or 6 p.m. Pacific. And I usually stream retro games randomized. So I revisit retro games in interesting ways. I try to shuffle things up. And we are doing an animal and creature themed retro roulette. So we started off today's stream with a ROM hack from 2020, the very first full ROM hack of the Sega Master System version of Sonic 2. It's called Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy. If you've played the Master System or Game Gear versions of the Sonic games, they're pretty floaty. There's auto-scroller moments. There's moments where you have to really stop completely, which is very anti-Sonic. But these games, we learned a lot about them earlier. We learned that Yuzo Koshiro started a company who is actually the composer of ActRaiser on Super Nintendo, the composer of the Streets of Rage games, and more. He did the music for and started a company which developed the Master System and Game Gear Sonic games. And they came out at the same time, just a couple of months after, like 5 months after the Genesis games. So we learned a little bit about that, and I also learned that Yuzo Koshiro started the company with a co-signed loan from his mom, and his sister was the art designer. So his sister actually created the characters for was a main character designer for Streets of Rage 1. Very cool. It's like, yeah, I'll start a company for you, son, but you have to hire your sister. Bring your sister along. She did a great job. She designed a lot of the characters in ActRaiser. Very cool. There's my delayed music. But yeah, welcome in. I hope you had a great stream, Two-Tone. We can get a shout out for you. Thank you for the recent shout outs. And were you playing some more Sly Cooper? I saw Sly Cooper was happening the other day. Very fun game. I used to rent that game a lot. Both the first two Sly Cooper games are very fun. Very cool. You were indeed. You made some good progress. Heck yeah. There we go. I'm not sure why the music stopped. But yeah, we just spun the wheel. And so the way that this works, I do a lot of randomizer games. I wanted to say today is the retro roulette, and it's a little more interactive. So anyone can spin the wheel anytime they like with channel points. And when you spin the wheel, I have to play whatever game we land on. And do I have a camera set up here? I do. Hello, hello. Yeah, so we spin that wheel, whatever game we land on, we play. Today is actually my second stream of the day. I work for a game development company, and I also do a lot of streams for work. Yesterday I did 3 streams. Today I did 2. One of them each being on Twitch here for 3 at Moon, and then obviously did a bunch for work. So not super high energy and pretty chill and relaxed at the moment. But we just did another spin, and we also got another Sonic the Hedgehog 2 ROM hack, if you can believe it. Except this time, it's a hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Genesis, on Mega Drive. And we were talking about different Sonic games earlier. We full circled ourselves into this one. It was not intentional. With over 1,400 games on the list, what are the chances? But here we go. Big's Fishing Derby. You got it. Up next. Thank you again for the raid. And I will post a link to my Discord if anyone wants to join. I often do classic retro streams there, but like classic cartoon streams and retro commercials. So if you're really into like revisiting that Saturday morning cartoon feeling, we do a lot of that over in the Discord as well. To those watching after the fact, the link is in my YouTube profile, but I'll drop it in here for people. And actually, I just want to say again, like, it's always nice to see you, Two-Tone. It's always nice to see you streaming. Recently, I've been able to catch a bunch of your streams, and it's such a good space there. You have a really cool setup. You revisit a lot of games that are kind of in the outskirts of like where my mind goes nostalgically, but they're games that I have a lot of nostalgia for. So like Sly Cooper, you were playing the recent Toe Jam and Earl remake, which has elements of all 3 games in it. Really cool stuff. So if you're not following Two-Tone, definitely go give them a follow. It's really cool stuff. And if you're a fan of real hardware, watching things with scan lines, watching actual CRT action, there's a lot of channels that do it, but Two-Tone definitely stands out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no! What have we got ourselves into? The music. I'm sorry, let's try this again. The Sega. This is amazing. So often, you will see some pretty fun ROM hacks on the channel. This one is part of a contest, I believe, and same with the last one we played earlier. It's part of a contest specifically for ROM hacking in the Sonic community. There's a lot of Sonic ROM hackers out there. And so this game is really unique. I've actually played this once before on stream, but you're essentially doing this. It's like its own minigame where you're fishing and collecting points, facing off against opponents, kind of like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, which we were playing 2 days ago, where you face off against different opponents. This is just really impressive that fans made this. You know, whether you like Big as a character, or you think he's the Jar Jar Binks of the Sonic universe. Yes. And he had the Chaos Emerald all along. Very cool. Look at this. Just the care that was put into this is awesome. Now, when a fun little fact, when I was in university, actually yesterday we raided Moosebones, who was my university roommate. Nash is a fantastic streamer as well, talking about good spaces and really fun spaces to hang in. We ended up raiding my old university roommate, and when we were in university together, we both went to school for sound engineering, essentially. Recording engineering, audio production. Nash focused on the live sound aspect of things, and I focused on the studio production side of things. So taking a demo, arranging and fleshing out the song with a band, and then physically recording it, doing the actual act of recording, and then mixing it. So that was more my forte. But we were roommates, and they were roommates. And often we would play games, retro games together, and chat about the future and stuff. And both of us multiple times used to chat about how it would be really cool to start a channel on Twitch. And then 10 years later, at different points of the country, at different times, not talking to each other, we both somehow arrived on Twitch, and the first person who rated us ever in our very first stream was Nash. He recently made Twitch partner as well, but it was really cool to see that, and we actually have some longtime community members who were part of that first raid. I think Lord Loki Asgard, who's also an amazing streamer, is hanging out right now, and I always really appreciate it. You came in, I think you were one of Nash's followers or viewers, and you came in through that very first raid. It's also really cool to see Floppy Bagels here, who I basically didn't go to high school with, but we hung out and we knew each other since high school. And to see Teutonate is our 50th follower ever. So there's a lot of kind of full circle leaps going on. But when I was in university with Moosebones, who I'll do a shout out for here, every time I would do an exam, a practical test or something, I would do like it would be something that would be worth marks, like that had some weight to it. I would always be really nervous the night before. I would always study like just 2 days before for everything, just 2 days before, just the previous 48 hours before I test. And I would always come to the point where once I was getting everything right, when I was kind of quizzing myself, I would just be like, okay, I know it. And then I would do a test or write an exam or do a practical exam. And for some reason, only when I was in university, only in this program, never once has this happened outside or before this period in my life. This song we're listening to right now would just pop into my head when I felt I did good in an exam. It's very strange. I have no idea why. I don't understand the association. But every time I hear this song, I feel like I just aced an exam. Earworm, 100%. Because there's no connection to this specific stage, which I think is Labyrinth Zone. It just popped in there. I mean, it's a pretty cheerful, positive, upbeat song. It's a pretty cool song. I mean, ultimately, if you go into the history of the soundtrack of the Genesis games, they're all so catchy because the original composer of Sonic 1 and 2 was the lead singer, I believe, in a Japanese pop band. A very, very melodic Japanese pop band. And so they didn't really do video game composition before it. They came from like a J-pop world at the time. And this would have come out early 90s. Which is really interesting. And then of course there's the whole history of Michael Jackson's work on Sonic 3. Which makes a lot of sense that Sega would want to work with another pop musician, a very melodic pop musician, for the third game. Ooh, wow. I like that they also went for different designs for the fish. It's appreciated. Oh, that's what the item does. Those little bombs will just auto blow up the fish. It's a good one too. We were talking about it earlier. I beat Sonic 2 and 3 twice on stream. And we've played through Sonic 1 and beat it on stream. But they're always just such fun games to revisit. The soundtracks are fantastic. There's nothing wrong with the classic Sonic games. I'd love to play Sonic Mania. That's another one that a lot of people might be shocked to be like, you haven't played Sonic Mania. It's been out for almost 10 years. It is a fantastic sounding soundtrack. I've listened to the soundtrack ad nauseum because it's just so good. I really like T-Lo's stuff as well. T-Lo. But Sonic Mania is definitely one on my 2 playlist. But, you know, there's something to be said about... I used to do this with music too, about not playing everything all at once, not experiencing everything all at once. I'd like to, you know, when I'm 42, maybe I'll play Sonic Mania. I'd like to leave open moments in my life and opportunities to discover things that aren't necessarily new, but are new to me. A good example is when I was younger, I was really into... I'm still a huge fan of Frank Zappa, really into his music. And I had the opportunity to basically listen to the entire discography when I was like 15, 16. And so I did. I just like went through everything all at once in one big chunk over a couple of years. But now I got nothing new to listen to until something is released posthumously or something. But I'm also a huge fan of Brian Eno. Big influence on my ambient music and different things that I've created over the years. He's fantastic. He's created some incredible music, contributed to a lot of incredible music as well. And I made the conscious choice to not go and do that same thing. So there's a ton of stuff in his catalog that I've intentionally not listened to yet. And when I'm 50, I'll listen to one of the albums. When I'm 51, maybe in the middle of autumn, I'll discover something new from, you know? There's just something cool about leaving yourself that space. You don't have to always experience things when it's new right away. Yo, Grandmaster Player, welcome back. How's it going? You need to hear me rap like Eminem. I'm not that great at rapping, but I could try. I wish I was good at rapping. Because this is a great beat to rap over. I've just got nothing to say. Some great music. We are playing Big's Fishing Frenzy, by the way, Grandmaster. This is part of a Sonic ROM hacking contest someone put together. It's this sort of fishing challenge. Oh, look at that. You've got Metal Sonic and Amy in the background there. It's a fun little Easter egg. Ooh, this is also a great beat to rap over. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Fish for frogs in a Sega Genesis level. We're not fishing for logs. I only want the frogs. That's the best I can do. Ain't no Eminem. You think the minigame came from one of the 3D Sonic games? Oh, they actually had this minigame in... I seem to recall something about fishing in those games, but I haven't played them. Like, I haven't played Sonic Adventure 1, and Sonic Adventure 2 has been a very long time. But yeah, clever to hack it into a 2D. I want to see more of that. Like, is there another 3D? There's a great question for the chat and on YouTube. Is there another 3D minigame that you want to see hacked into the original 2D version? Like, is there even a minigame in Super Mario 64? I guess you can consider catching Mips, the rabbit, a little mini challenge or a little mini game, because there's a couple moments where you have to catch a rabbit for a star. What if somebody implemented that in Super Mario World, where they hacked Mips into Super Mario World, and you had to run through levels to catch the rabbit and get a star? That could work. That actually could work. I know it's frustrating, like, to do in Super Mario 64, but I wonder what it would be like to do that, or maybe in Mario 3, where you have the rabbit running around the levels. Heck yeah. Invincible fishing rod. That's no fish. And Sonic says, that's no frog. Ooh, Luigi's balloon game from Mario Odyssey hacked into Super Mario World. So I still haven't played Odyssey, so I don't know what the balloon game is, but I assume it's a little mini-game challenge. That would be really cool. That'd be a cool theme for like a hacking contest. Is there a minigame in... I guess the Sandberg levels are kind of like little mini challenges in Super Mario Sunshine. You could hack that into Mario Bros. 1 or something. Damn. Lost everything. We lost it all. Yes. Oh no. This is a tricky one. Makes sense though, it should get more challenging as it goes along. It's just pretty cool. Oh, Froggy. Damn. Yes, best viewers are the cheap viewers. Don't click on that, anybody. Here we go. This is one of my favorite pieces of music. I believe this is Quartz Quadrant. Quartz Quadrant is the name, I believe. From Sonic CD. I also like these little manta ray bots. Ray bots. It might actually be Palm Tree Panic. It could either be Palm Tree Panic or Quartz Quadrant. Both cool levels. Not sure if I did a shout out for Lord Loki yet, but not you. Don't follow that one. Get out of here. Now I can't do it. I actually have like a weird... I got a keyboard from work. is a French keyboard. I'm not sure why I chose a French one, but I don't speak French. It has all these weird commands. Oh, perfect. Well, you know what? I'll do it later. I mentioned your channel, but didn't do a proper shout out. Yes. Oh, Yuzo Koshiro also did the soundtrack to the Shinobi games too. That's pretty cool. Also something we learned earlier. Or I learned. Also fantastic music. This is seriously a vibe. There's also a fantastic Super Mario World sound font remix of this. We got the shoes. It's cool that the shoes are a power-up in this as well. Just neat to see all the little nuance. I see you, Sonic. I see you there. How many Chaos Emeralds do we have? Hopefully enough to go super big. Now we're on Sonic 2. With the stages. We did Sonic 1 and then Sonic CD. That's really cool. Thank you again to Kaplukia Boy for the follow at the beginning of the stream. Damn. I love the Simpsons, the Blinky reference with the 3 eyes here. Because it's the chemical plant sound. For a simple game, they put a lot of care into it. I also didn't check. I wonder if we could carry power-ups over. No. You cannot. Oh yeah. Simple and clean. These are swimming motobugs. Oh, you can't use 2 shoes and 4 times the speed. Cool if they're stackable. Oh. No. Awesome. All the different fish designs too. There we go. That's Lord Loki. My mistake. Nice. Can we get this one quick? I also like that any ending point throughout this whole single player mode, a second player can join in. There is competitive mode against the CPU. But this could be a lot of fun 2-player for sure. Weedy, 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 weedy. Bam, bam, bam. Shit. Fishing frog makes the fish go. There we go. We got it. Do 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 do. Some shark action right now. Sonic 3, baby. I love that this is literally just happening in the foreground of the intro. That they essentially place it within the story. Like Rogue One, this is happening at the same time as the original trilogy. Whoa. I'd love to be in a band that covered this. I would absolutely drum in a Sonic 1 through 3 cover band. Any funky bassists out there? Like, there's no need to, like, resolve it with such funk. Every time. But it is so appreciated. Oh. I got you. So the invincibility is kind of cool because it lets you knock fish into each other. I mean, it's not that far from Toe Jam and Earl. It really is a funky soundtrack as well. We're onto the Michael Jackson stuff now at this point. Just fishing for frogs. Just fishing for frogs. The original Ice Cap Zone before they changed it on the subsequent releases. The real ones know. We were there. We heard the doo-dee-dee, doo-dee-dee-dee with our own 2 ears. The new one is just not the same melody at all. It's just a completely different song. The chill penguins. We're collecting chill penguins. Yep. Since you can't carry them over, just use your power-ups. I appreciate how many stages they have in this. Wait a minute. That was Sonic in the egg thing. He was riding Dr. Robotnik's little egg Koopa Clown car, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's just really funny that both Eggman and Bowser had very, very similar, like, half-dome, basically like cups that they sat in. They both sat in floating cups. One propeller-powered, one mechanically powered. But they're the same thing. If I fits, I sits. Okay. Oh, damn. Oh. If it fits, I sits. Oh no. That was a great window too. Alright, I'll go. They stop. When the composer is getting impatient with the player. Ooh, Crocodile Rock. This is an oil ocean zone. I want to know what this stage is. I can't remember what it is, what the actual name is. Or maybe it is. Wow. Oh, amazing. The frog is in a spacesuit. I love that. The music's almost too good that when you have that open window to complete the stage, you don't want to. That one is such a good final final stage. Like the tour through the Genesis games that you get here really makes you want to replay the games. Very neat. 50. Super Frog? Super Froggy. Incredible. It literally is. Hey, very cool. So these are all our best times, obviously, because it's the first time trying it, but yeah, Quartz Quadrants in here and Palm Tree Panic. And I think that might have been Sandopolis. That's the one. It was Sandopolis, so very cool. It took 29 minutes total. Didn't even feel like I was playing that for that long. Very cool. Buttons quit. Design and programming, Flame Wing. That's it. No, additional art. Silent Night, fun way to spell it. Damien the Bat, Deebs, Durzocker. I missed a few. Oh, Psychosis 91. Wow. Okay, that is fun. Additional art, Psychosis 91. Well, Psychosis 91 was part of an animation team that I ran back in the day in 2004. It's been a long time. It's hilarious that he was involved in this. But it was me and Psychosis and a handful of people that had a website called Dungeon Studios. And we were an affiliate of, well, my website was an affiliate of Newgrounds at the time. In 2004, 2005, I used to do pixel art, animation, so did Psychosis, and a handful of other people. Carl29, or Carl27, sorry, was the username. Who else joined us? There was a couple people from the states, the southern states, and also someone from California. Psychosis, I believe, was from Scotland. We had people from all over. We even had some people from Australia that were part of the team, but everyone brought a different thing to the table. Everyone had different skills in terms of like art style, animation. Psychosis 91 has a fun animated series called The Thwomps, which has a bunch of custom sprites in it, and it literally is just like a fun flash animation where it follows a whole bunch of different thwomps with different personalities from Super Mario World. But it's cool to see an old name and an old friend. It's been a lot of like full circle loops tying back in on this stream specifically, which is kind of neat. But yeah, we used to make flash games as well, a whole bunch of people on the team. I stopped that a while ago, but a bunch of my stuff is still up on Newgrounds. Very, very cool. I'm curious about what the competition mode is going to be like. So I'm actually going to just put some music on. We made some pizza for dinner, so I'm going to take a quick short break, but I'll be right back. We're going to Mario music now. We're switching it up. And again, good question of the day. Is there a 3D game that has a mini game or a challenge that you would like to see implemented in a 2D fashion in the actual retro engine of the 2D game like this? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the YouTube comments. Okay, we're back. Thank you again to Two Tone 8 for the raid. Really appreciate it. Oh, great. I gotta restart my controller. Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't. And that's hilarious. You know what? It doesn't work. I have to plug it in. Okay. Well, maybe it's meant to be. Call this one a short one. We're just over the 2-hour mark. We explored Sonic the Hedgehog Frenzy, a 2020 ROM hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on Master System, and the very first full ROM hack of that game. It was fun. The controls are floaty like the vanilla game, but I highly recommend it. And this was great. I know I've played this one before, but Big's Fishing Derby, a hack of Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Genesis. Highly recommend checking it out. It's going to make you want to play the Genesis games, though. So if you're not prepared to bust out the Genesis and play Sonic 1 through 3 and Knuckles right after this, maybe don't play Big's Fishing Derby. But you might catch me playing those Genesis ones very, very soon, actually, this week. Tomorrow I'm not going to be doing a stream, but we will raid someone today. But tomorrow I have band rehearsal, so I don't do streams on Thursdays. But I will be doing a stream this Friday. Additionally, we'll be raiding someone, but I'm going to be hanging out in my Discord tonight in the next half an hour or so, streaming maybe some classic cartoons and commercials. So if you're feeling the Saturday morning cartoon style vibe, feel free to join. There's the link. And looking at who is live today and what people are playing, I think we're going to raid Dr. Orochi. Oops. Always a good time over there. Great space, good community, and I will see you over in the Docs channel or in my Discord very shortly. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for hanging out this far. Check out some of my other animal and creature themed streams, and check out some of my other Sonic streams that we've done. Bye-bye.